Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Zoom. My name is Lori Ferraro, and I am Zooming in from Boise, Idaho. I hope you guys are ready to sit back, relax, and enjoy some time hearing from our very special guest speaker, Dr. Phil, as well as we have several testimonials tonight of people that are going to share a little bit about their health journey. I mean, who wants to age gracefully? I know I do. I want to age grace. I see other hands. Okay, good. I'm not alone. I'm not alone here. I definitely want to age gracefully. I've been married for 32 years. I have two adult daughters. I have two son-in-laws, and we have three grandbabies. So I definitely want to age gracefully. I want to be around for a long, long time, and I want to run around with those grandbabies. So that is my goal, to be as healthy as I possibly can and to get good nutrition in my body. Now, the gentleman that I'm going to be sharing this Zoom time with tonight, Dr. Phil, he's very passionate about health and he knows a lot about, he knows way more than I know. I'm not a doctor, you guys. I wish I could tell you I was, but I only play one on Saturdays on TV. Just kidding. But you know what? You always want to surround yourself with people that are better than you and smarter than you. You never want to be the smartest person in the room. I promise you I'm not. And that's why I surround myself with so many people on this Zoom like you guys and Dr. Phil. So I'm excited to turn it over to him. Like I said, he's a friend of mine. He's very passionate about health. He's a doctor, he's a chiropractor. You guys, it's fantastic to hear all of the things that he shares that I'm just like blown away. I always get a page of notes every time I hear him. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Dr. Phil, to share a little bit about yourself and your family.
Thank you, Lori. I really appreciate that. And you're right. I am very passionate about health and restoring health and the health of everybody that I come in contact with, which is one of the reasons why I love the products of three so much. I am a husband. I've been married to my beautiful wife, Anne, for 18 years now. And we have seven beautiful children, two girls and five boys. And I'm here in Post Falls, Idaho, North Idaho. North Idaho seems to be representing today, so go Idaho. And I just wanted to uh, say just a little bit about myself. I haven't always been in healthcare, but thanks to my parents, I've always had uh, kind of more of a vitalistic approach to healthcare, which has kind of guided me down this journey I never thought I'd go down in chiropractic. So I met my wife when I was in high school. We moved down to Florida. We got married. I was in the Air Force for a small stint. Went to Afghanistan and then Germany and then back to Iowa, where I went back to school to become a chiropractor. And I think, what I did in the Air Force, I really loved. I got to jump out of airplanes and fix people's computers and do all these things, but I didn't like computers. I really liked the customer service aspect of it and helping people fix their problems, which is how God led me into chiropractic. So I get to fix people's problems with their health and with their bodies. And so it's very congruent with what we're doing here in three. And you said that you like to surround yourself with smarter people than you, Lori, which I appreciate that credit, but I'm really not that smart. I've been taught by a lot of really smart people, and I like to surround myself with people who know things that I don't. And you know a lot more about this business and the business aspect of this than I do. And I love, that how our friendship is growing and how you and Greg have been very supportive. You and then Curtis, I wanted to give a shout out to Curtis for introducing us and introducing me to this wonderful company. So this is pretty awesome.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, thank you. I certainly enjoy our friendship and I enjoy working with you. And I have to say for myself, thank you so much for your service, for my freedoms, for all of our freedoms, and any veteran that we have on this Zoom. Hats off to you. Like I can't say enough because I absolutely love veterans. My heart is veterans. I know Judy's smiling and shaking her head. Anyway, so just thank you to each and every veteran on this Zoom. We appreciate you so much. And Veterans Day just isn't enough to honor you. We should be honoring you every single day. So appreciate you, Dr. Phil. So
Thank you.
let's get into our products. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
our first product that we're gonna talk about tonight is called Vitalite. And this is a little packet of supplements. There's 5 supplements in here that you should take each and every day. And I can't say enough about these and the energy that I feel and just how much better my body feels. And the reason I know that, first of all, is when I don't take them, like Greg and I travel a lot, and when we've traveled and I've forgotten to pack these, I notice I don't feel as good. I don't feel as good within a couple of days. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to pack our supplements. So I love that it's in a handy little container. And I've had so many people say, well, Lori, how do you know? I mean, there's so many supplements out there. There's so many. And what makes yours different? And I'm like, well, let me start with this. Take this tomorrow morning on an empty stomach and you'll know. And they're like, well, I can't do that. I'm like, why? And they look at you weird. Like, I'll get sick. I'll vomit. I'll be queasy. Not with these. And that's how you're going to know they're different because it's whole foods. There's not a bunch of fillers in them. You're not going to feel like that. And that's how you know ours are different than all these 500 other ones. But with that, I'm going to turn it over to the master so Dr. Phil can talk about Vitalite.
Yes, okay, so going back to what I said a little bit ago with the support of our team leaders, Lori and Greg, I had a question about this product because last time we were talking about the importance of the B vitamins and how the B vitamins interact with collagen. So we're going to see a common thread through a lot of these products and how they all interconnect and how they work so well together thanks to the creation behind them with Dr. Dan Gubler. But I mentioned something last week about needing some people needing, and it's looking more like about 60% of at least Americans, I think was the study was done on 60% of Americans have an issue methylating B vitamins. And it's really important to be able to utilize your B vitamins to use things like collagen to keep your joints healthy, to keep your skin strong and healthy and absorbing and your hair and your nails and everything. I mean, the amount of connective tissue that we rely on with collagen is incredible. But if we can't utilize the collagen, if we're not absorbing the B vitamins and the other nutrients that are in this Vitalite, which are critical, then we're not going to have healthy skin. We're not going to have healthy joints. Our joints are going to be lax. They're not going to our collagen or I'm sorry, our discs are going to be falling apart. So it's very important. And I sent a message to Greg last week and I asked him, I said, "Hey, are the B vitamins methylated?" I was wondering because there's not a whole lot of options out there for methylated B vitamins. So he contacted Dr. Dan Gubler, and Dr. Dan Gubler got right back with him and gave him an answer. Yes, these are methylated. B12 and B6 are methylated. And it just goes to show the quality of the leadership in this company, as well as the quality of these products and how important they are for all of this. So it's just kind of overwhelming sometimes. So I would did you say you had someone for Vitality too to for a testimony? I would love to get the
I sure
testimony.
do. Yeah. Yes, we have Chuck. Chuck's gonna share his testimonial.
Oh, awesome.
Thanks, Dr. Phil. I mean, you're touching on a product like I was talking to Greg last night, and I was just like, out of all the products that I've tried with three, I mean, Vitality, I mean, hands down, I'm a supplement guy and I've been taking supplements my whole life, probably since in my teens. And didn't realize the difference between our supplements and our Vitality versus others that I've been taking for years and years and just flushing it down the toilet, really. About 85% of it down the toilet, maybe 15% of it absorbed in my body. Where now I've reversed that and getting 85% or more into my body and not flushing it down the toilet and all that money going away. And so, I mean, and you touched on one thing, Lori, it was like, I've been there where I went up to Alaska and I usually always take my vitamins everywhere I go. I got up there and I was like, oh my God, I forgot my vitamins. And the guys I was up there with, they're like, I'll forget about it. You'll be okay for a week. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. I got to have my vitamins. And so I had them overnighted up to Alaska and then went on my trip and on my way. But on that, I guess, devoted to my taking my vitamins every day. Why? Because it makes me feel so good. And I know for the fact that most of the foods we eat, we don't get the supplements that we, or the nutrients that we should from the foods that we eat, just because of the way things are produced today, right? And the soils just don't have the nutrients in them like they used to. So if you don't supplement with something like Vitality, what are you going to do? And you're going to lack the nutrients that you need. So for me, that's what I love about Vitality. I mean, the fact that it's a whole food. I can get up in the morning on an empty stomach, right out of bed, shovel down all my pills at the same time, and not have an upset stomach like some people do, and they will throw up. I mean, or just not feel good, put it that way. And the fact that you can take these on an empty stomach, and it's all about, to me, about absorption and bioavailable, right? And what it can actually be delivered to our bodies rather than being sucked up by the enzymes in your stomach and then going out into the bathroom. So that's kind of my story behind Vitality. I mean, I love the product. I find it an easy give to anyone, and what a great gift to give to anyone year round, whatever. Why? It's a year round health product, right? Great time for
Right.
Christmas to give it away too. So anyway,
That's right. Awesome. Thanks, Chuck. I really appreciate
okay.
you sharing. And another thing too, that so how many times do our kids throughout their lifetime get put on antibiotics for colds, often for viruses, unfortunately, but also for bacterial infections. So now what does that do? That's going to wipe out the gut, right? So one of the beautiful things about Vitality is got a really good supply of probiotics that you're actually going to absorb. You got all the trace minerals, you got the enzymes to help break down other foods. And it's just, yeah, it's just an incredible. And like you were saying, Lori, and like you were saying, Chuck, some of my patients that can't take other multivitamins are able to take Vitality because it doesn't hurt their stomach. So it's just as easy as that.
It is. That's powerful. I mean that's really and how nice that it's in this like little convenient pack. So if you're running out of the house, you're running to work, whatever, you can grab this little pack and when you're at a stoplight or whatever it may be, you can shovel them on in. It's just nice that they're in this little convenient packet too. So I
It is
love
so
that.
convenient. I mean, it's just easy to take anywhere, anytime, any place. I mean, so, and easy to pack too.
Yep.
So
And easy to
Right.
share. Like I said, I'd love to just say to someone, well, try this tomorrow morning on an empty stomach. Easy to share. So I love it. Well, let's move on to our next product. Collagen. Oh, this is a hot topic. And I know, Dr. Phil, you were saying how everything, kind of connects and there's a connection here, but also how collagen is so important in our body in so many ways. So I just love our collagen is, in this convenient little pouch and it's marine based, it's hydrolyzed, it's micronized, but I'm going to turn it over to you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, the beautiful thing about that collagen is, like you were saying, the absorbability of it. And there's a lot of collagen out there that are on the shelves. And one thing that we didn't touch upon with the Vitality or fillers, we normally hit on the fillers because the FDA doesn't regulate supplements, which I think is a good thing. The free market should be able to dictate what's going to be good and what's not. But the bad side of it is they can put whatever they want in it. So you have all these fillers, it's hurting the stomach, you're not absorbing your B9s. And now if you try to take collagen, you can't utilize it. This collagen is amazing. I know it's been amazing for me. I took some collagen after I hurt my knee a couple of weeks ago. It was really hurting being on my feet all day. I was starting to limp, so I started taking the collagen and the Vitality together. And I tell you, it was the next day my knee wasn't hurting anymore. And it's actually been feeling really great since. And it was hurting pretty bad. But I love the collagen, like you were saying, because it's micronized. I don't think we realize a lot of times when we go to Costco and we get that bottle of collagen and we're taking it, some people can absorb it okay. But if you have leaky gut or if you have any other issues with your gut, you're not going to absorb it very well. And then it's going to put whole food particles into your bloodstream and you're going to potentially inflame an autoimmune issue that's already there. So I love the collagen. We're going to talk about another product here in a little bit, but one of the things that the collagen does is it goes through and it heals the small intestine. The small intestine is made up of a bunch of villi finger-like things that are in the lining of the small intestine to absorb food. And in between those fingers are collagen. It holds it all together so you can absorb the food properly. What happens is when we take things like ibuprofen, ibuprofen goes in, or antibiotics, or those different things are going to strip out that collagen out of the villi, open those up. Now the whole food is going to fall through those villi into the blood. You're going to have whole food in your blood, and your immune system is going to start attacking it, and that's where you get a lot of autoimmune issues. So taking a collagen that's actually going to be absorbable is going to heal your gut, bring it together. You're going to be able to absorb and utilize that collagen elsewhere in your body, with being able to absorb the B9s and everything else. It's really incredible.
Wow, that is powerful, because I guarantee there are so many people that have gut. I mean, I've heard it multiple times, that have gut issues, that have different intestinal and digestive things, and how crazy. I mean, we've all been, I think I'm safe to say, kind of raised on ibuprofen and Tylenol, and things that have been harming us if we're using in large doses. So it's kind of crazy.
Right.
But we need to heal that. We need to heal that gut. We need to heal that lining, because from what I'm understanding, Dr. Phil, everything kind of starts in the gut and goes from there through our whole body. Is that correct?
You nailed it. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I do have someone who would like to share a testimonial, and that's Leslie. I'm going to turn it over to you, Leslie.
Awesome.
Super, that's exciting. Yeah, Leslie Yankee, for those of you who are looking at that crazy name. I'm in Central California, Clovis to be exact. And you touched on something, Dr. Phil, that I had totally forgotten about, which is the gut. I didn't realize, because when I first started taking it, I was using it more for just the usual, oh, I've always wanted to see if I could get my nails firmed up and my hair glossier, etc. But I had been going to see my functional med doctor because of some gut issues. And it's occurred to me the minute you said that, my gut issues have been gone for a year and a half. And I've been on the collagen for that amount of time. So that's really cool. And I hadn't thought of it. The nails, finally, in all my lifetime, finally have great nails. But the hair was a real concern last spring. I started going through some stress things. And as much as I wanted my hair to be pretty and my face to look young and nice, the bigger concern was that my hair was falling out in handfuls. Literally, the palm of my hand would be full each time I washed my hair, to the point that after 3 or 4 weeks, I was scared that I was going to end up with no hair. And and then it hit me, I had been off the collagen for 2 months. Things happened. I forgot to order. I was out of town, glad I didn't forget the Vitalite and Immune, but I didn't have the collagen with me. And so when I got back home, I ordered it right away and got on it literally 10 days on the collagen. And then I realized within a week or so that my hair was probably about 80% not coming out from what it was. And also the gray, I mean, I'm almost 70, so I don't mind saying it. I'm excited to be turning 70 and know that, oh my gosh, these products are all amazing. But that has really helped me feel young and vibrant. I flew into a fence. Lori, I don't even know if you know this, flew into a fence, into a 2x4 about 4 weeks ago, had a black eye, hit my cheekbone. I hit so hard that I need to see you, chiropractic, jerked my head back and forwards and threw me to the ground. So my left knee was messed up, very, very cut up, but also it's been sore. Took a round of that, and I had not thought about how that has really helped the bones and joints and things. And I'm still out playing pickleball, so it hasn't slowed me down. So I
That's
could go
so
on for
awesome.
another 5 minutes, but I won't.
Look
That's
at
so
you.
awesome, Leslie. Thank you so
Wow.
much for sharing. Yeah, that's inspiring.
And who would ever think that Leslie is even close to 70? I mean, is that not
No
nuts?
way.
And I
Oh
promise you,
yeah.
it's not just a Zoom or a filter. She always looks fantastic in person. Have you ever seen people on social media? They use all these filters. You meet them in person. It's like, oh my. No, Leslie looks fantastic always.
That's amazing. And
You're too
Brenda
sweet.
mentioned too in the comments about someone she knew that healed her gut. I mean, it's just an amazing product and how well that we absorb it. So yeah, it's
Right.
really great.
It helped with my gut. I know you know that story, Dr. Phil. It completely helped my gut as well. I didn't realize, I always thought collagen was hair, skin, and nails. That's what I thought. And I mean, it helped my gut. It helped my torn ligament in my thumb. I mean, it's an
Right.
amazing product, but not all collagen is the same. I mean, I know Dr. Phil will be the first to say it's not all the same, and you want to
Right.
have.
Well, think about the myofascia too. I mean, it's all throughout our body, and now they're finding out that our body actually uses the myofascia as a communication medium. It uses light, like fiber optics. It literally sends messages of light through our myofascia. So imagine how important it is to be able to absorb that collagen and utilize it with the B9s, the folate, and yeah, it's incredible.
Right. And I believe that you had shared what was it in here that helps the collagen work? The I can't think of the
Folate,
it is the
B9.
folate. Okay. Okay, the
Yeah,
B9.
yeah,
Okay, the folate, which is B9,
exactly.
helps this to work in combo. Okay, thank you so
That's
much.
right, and a lot of that happens with a lot of people who have Ehlers-Danlos or EDS or hyper flexible joints. A lot of times they have issues methylating B vitamins and absorbing their B vitamins, especially B9, which you need in order to utilize collagen in your joints. You're absolutely right, Lori. And another thing that we need B9 for is to prevent Down syndrome. A lot of times um, Downs can be caused from the mom being deficient in B9 or folate. So
So
absolutely.
interesting. That is so interesting. There's just so much. I feel like we could be on here for hours and hours. We won't be, you
I
guys.
know.
We'll respect everyone's time, but my goodness, it's like so fascinating. There's so many cool things. Well, let's talk a little bit about Revive. So this is our Revive product. And you know, can you guys see this? I love these little containers too. And it's here's something cool. When they're empty, you can use them for other things. I mean, you can put little samples together for people of a few different products. You can put little candies in here for your desk. You can put coins in here. I mean, these are nice reusable containers. Okay, back to ribs. Little off subject.
That is real life though,
Squirrel,
Lori.
squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but this is very helpful for inflammation. And you guys, inflammation is the #1 cause of disease. And there are so many people that struggle with inflammation in their body, pain in their body. And I can tell you this Revive product helps immensely. But Dr. Phil can tell you why it helps immensely.
As far as how it decreases inflammation, yes, that's absolutely one of the reasons why I'm being slowly convinced through more and more study that I'm doing. A lot of our health issues, especially the chronic issues, are caused from parasites. And one of the benefits of turmeric that is in the Revive is that it kills parasites. I was watching a video of this guy who had a common blood fluke, which is the most common human parasite, I believe. And he put some turmeric in with those parasites and it killed it within seconds, I believe. And so let's say you get antibiotics because you had a bacterial infection that was out of control, or you're taking too much ibuprofen because you have so much pain. You're wiping out the gut lining. Now you're susceptible to toxins like heavy metals, and now you're susceptible to parasites that are getting lodged in your gut. The Now you're not absorbing things. Now you're creating a whole host of other infections. And the beautiful thing about the Revive is, okay, a lot of people, I don't know about you, Lori, but I grew up hearing all my older relatives had arthritis. It was something that I just thought older people had, right?
Yep.
What is arthritis? Arthritis is inflammation of the joint. That's all it is, right? There's got to be a cause there. And if you can get down to the cause of what's causing this inflammation, same thing with pancreatitis, same thing with all the other itises. It's just inflammation. Something is causing the inflammation. And you don't want to take something like ibuprofen or Tylenol to mask the pain, because it's only going to make things worse later on down the road, along with blocking other very important, let's say, like glutathione. You can't produce glutathione if you're taking Tylenol, for example, but we'll get into that in a little bit too. But the Revive is killing the parasites. The turmeric also helps to produce your own collagen, which is really important. So it's healing and it's helping you produce more collagen. And it just works really great hand in hand with all these other products. I love Revive, which is one of the reasons why I got into this business.
I love it. And I have someone else who loves it, who has a testimonial to share with you. I'll turn it over to Patrick.
Awesome.
All right. Well, you guys know I love burpees and Spartans and pushing myself and doing crazy stuff like running stairs at 6 in the morning, 20 degrees. And guys, here's the thing: inflammation. Inflammation of the joints is arthritis. Inflammation of the lungs is asthma. Inflammation of the skin is eczema. And when you're doing crazy stuff like I'm doing, my body gets inflamed. The biggest thing I love about Revive is that it's all natural. I mean, boswellia oil, turmeric, curcumin, all those things. I tend to take large amounts before I do a Spartan race. And guys, yeah, I take large amounts. And I know that I'm not hurting my stomach or my kidneys or my liver. So that's my testimonial. I understand the science behind it. I know that it's highly bioavailable. And when I'm training hard, and I go hard, because you have to be in tip-top shape when you're doing these crazy Spartans and burpees and all the crazy things that I do. And I know inflammation is going to hit me. And guys, I load up on Revive knowing that I'm fine. So that's my testimonial, because inflammation is linked to lots of health issues. And knowing that I can take not just the recommended 2, I can take more than that. And I just know that I'm fine. So there you go, Doc. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick. And how would you compare it? Did you used to take ibuprofen or Tylenol or anything in the past?
Man, I'm all natural. So I just know I have friends. Oh, funny story. We were on a cruise. I was playing basketball, and it was a flow rider cruise, and the one of the surfboards hit my ankle and swole up. So I'm playing basketball with a swollen ankle, and my wife's like, "Honey, you should go to the doc." I'm like, fine. So I go to the doc, and he looks at me and he says, "Hey, I recommend you take 800 milligrams of ibuprofen." And I look at him and say, "Sorry, doc, I'm not going to do that. My company has a national anti-inflammatory. I'm just going to do that." Ooh, doc. He looked at me and he looked at the nurse and he said, "Document that patient is refusing my recommendation." I mean, he looked at me like I said, "Your mom is so fat, she jumped in the air and got stuck." I mean, he was kicked off. And
That's
I looked
amazing.
at him and I'm like, interesting. You want me to take 800 milligrams of something that you can look at a PDR. It causes crazy side effects. So you know what? No, I'm going to just load up on my all natural product. Thank you, Doc.
Nice. That's awesome. Thanks, Patrick. Really appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, and it's the same thing for my friend Curtis, who Greg actually introduced this company to him with the Revive. He's a contractor and he has the same issues with his joints. Greg gave it to him, and my patients are saying too that they have taken, a lot of ibuprofen and Tylenol and everything for their pain, and they'll take this and they'll tell me that it's the best pain reliever that they've ever taken for a lot of them. So
I love that. It's great to be able to help people and help them and know that it's good for their body, it's natural for their body, and we're absorbing it, which is just, it's so important, so important. So let's go on to our next product, which is Purify. And this is so that we can detox. We can get rid of a lot of the toxins that we're breathing, we're eating, we're drinking. I mean, the heavy metals. I mean, we're bombarded each and every day. And so it's so nice to know that we have a product called Purify that can help to detox our body. So I'm gonna pass that over to you, Dr. Phil.
awesome. Thanks. Yeah, the Purify. I love the Purify going back to what we were talking about a little bit ago with the parasites, is heavy metals. Almost, you can pretty much guarantee, and I don't know why in America we turn a blind eye to it, but you can pretty much guarantee almost everybody has heavy metals and parasites. And if we don't get rid of the heavy metals, we can't get rid of the parasites because one attracts the other and it weakens the immune system so that the other can come in, and then they hide themselves. So anyways, the heavy metals, what I love about the Purify is that the humic acid in there binds to heavy metals and it decreases it binds to them so you can get rid of them. So the Purify, what you were saying the other last week, Lori, is that it goes through 5 different organs and it helps detox all these organs. It helps detox the skin. It helps detox the heart, the kidneys, the liver. And the reason that's important is because we're bombarded with all these toxins on a daily basis. I mean, between the foods we eat, the whatever's in the air, whatever's in the water, whatever's in the ground, whatever's sprayed on all our foods, we're just bombarded all from all sides. And so the Purify is really important because it can bind to those. It's got chlorella in it, so it's got a really good blue-green algae in it, which you're going to be getting other omega-3s in it, as well as the vitality. I mean, there's so many benefits to just this one product and getting everything cleaned out, and it works hand in hand with the Revive, and then with the collagen, and then with the Vitality. They all work so well together. And Dr. Dan has done such an amazing job, not just going in, yeah, liposomal technology is amazing, but that's amazing for some products. He goes in and finds out what's the most absorbable quality of each of these ingredients and puts that into our supplements, including what's in the Purify. So how amazing is that?
It is. It's so nice to know that we're able to detox those 5 major organs, our skin obviously being the largest, but man, it's important knowing that we are bombarded with all those things each and every single day. I mean, I take my Purify on the daily. I don't want that stuff in me. I want as much of it gone as absolutely possible. And I have a gentleman that he is our next testimonial. So I'm going to turn it over to Blaine to share his Purify testimonial.
Oh, hi. So my name is Blaine Svetich. I'm in Fort Lane, Idaho. I could have testimonies on every one of these products. And like Dr. Phil was saying a minute ago, Purify works hand in hand with the Revive. I've got lots of medical issues. I'm burned over 90% of my body, but so besides my testimonials, which I could give a million of for this stuff, is I have my workout partner he's my pastor and he's my workout partner, and he's big and strong, but when you're working out hard and you got a lot going on, you have muscle aches or joints or whatever's going on. For one, the Revive is amazing with this, but as far as the Purify goes, his name's Steven, and Steven got COVID, and he never recovered from it. He has been sick all the time, and we all put it towards the church, saying, "Oh, you're a pastor, you're in contact with people, you're just getting sick all the time." And I own a transportation company, and I'm in close quarters with people on the daily, and I don't get sick. And we had this conversation back and forth, and I kept telling him that, I really want you to take your vitamins, he's got the products, he just doesn't take them like he should. We're busy, we get lost in our own life. Well, he went to the doctor, and the doctor told him he has a parasite or something in his lung or someplace. I don't know where. He's sick, and they can't get rid of it. It's some sort of bug or virus or whatever. So I made him take the Purifies. You got to just take this for 2 weeks. Take 2 of them a day for 2 weeks, and then tell me how you feel. In 4 days, and he's been sick for 3 years now. For 3 years, he hasn't been able to shake. Every other month, he's sick. In 4 days, he felt better, and he hasn't been sick since. So I am I believe in Purify to no end. It has always worked
Wow.
for me. I take it regularly, and not a and this isn't a pretty testimonial of Purify, but it's an amazing one, and it's one that this is just for product information of what this can do, and this is an epidemic that everybody kind of deals with in one fashion or another. And that is, I have a lot of friends and family that have kids or whatever that have gotten on the fentanyl, and first it was Oxycontins, and they get these drug addictions. And our big pharma is throwing Suboxone and methadone at these people, and it's not a cure for them. It's to maintain their high. And people that want to get off of it can't get off of these drugs because they're addictive, and they're in their system and they can't shake it. I have myself with Purify, I have helped several people to get off Suboxone. And by using Purify, within 2 weeks, they don't go through the withdrawals. They don't have the chills and the shakes and everything. Literally, with Purify, they've been able to get off Suboxone and don't take it anymore. And to me, that's amazing. So
That's incredible. Wow. That is so powerful, Blaine. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's
Yeah.
kind of mind blowing.
That is awesome. Like, how good does that feel, Blaine, to know you've helped so many people? And not and in helping them, you've helped their families, like you've helped their loved ones, you've helped their friends. Like, I mean, that's just the ripple effect big time. I mean, anytime we
Huge
can
ripple effect.
feel good and be healthier, it's a ripple effect, but especially in
Yeah.
that case, like, wow, what a blessing.
yeah, 15 years there was this guy that was on Suboxone.
Golly, that's
Unbelievable.
incredible.
That
Wow.
is
Yeah.
incredible. Incredible. Yeah. Wow. What a powerful test. I feel like we could just sit on that one for a while and
I
keep
know,
talking
I
about it. It's
know.
like, oh my goodness. These
Yeah.
products are so good, you guys. They're so good. And it's the technology, it's the absorption behind them. It's knowing that they're whole foods, they're helping and they're absorbing. I mean, it's like Dr. Phil said, like these aren't nothing is FDA regulated, so people can put out whatever they want. I'm just going to share this really, really quickly. My uncle had a porta potty business in Minnesota. It was called Little Stinkers, and some of you know the story, some of you don't. And he had it for several years, and this was years ago. This was years ago before Greg and I were, as into our health as we are now. But I remember him saying when he'd clean out the porta potty, he'd take them, to softball fields and concerts and all different things. And at the bottom of a porta potty, I'm going to share this as fast as I can, there's a grate. And they hose out the porta potty. And he said, sitting on that metal grate would be a mound of vitamins, a mound of them, not digested at all. And he said, and you could still read the name of two of them consistently, which was Centrum and One A Day. I'll just say that. He said, and we're like, how do you know they were Centrum and One A Day? He said, they still said Centrum and One A Day on them. He said, there'd be a pile, but Centrum and One A Day, you could still read the words on them. So there's a lot of stuff out there. It doesn't mean it's absorbing. You're paying money for things. Pay money for things that actually help your body. So we'll move on to the next one. I just had to get
Okay.
that story about the
Yeah,
porta potty there because
but
I
that's
thought that was
important to know because
crazy.
they say, well, I can get my multivitamin from Costco or Walmart or whatever. It's like, yeah, you can, but you're just blowing your money down the toilet, literally,
You are. You might as well literally
flushing it.
stand over the toilet, put it in and
Right.
flush. I mean, you really
Yeah.
are. It's the truth. I know. I mean, you guys liked hearing the truth, right? I do. Okay, immune. This is our next product. This is going to help boost your immune system. So I'll pass it right over to you, Dr. Phil.
All right, thanks. So here's something that I found really interesting when I was reading about this product here was the quorum sensing. I don't remember reading about this in microbiology, but it is how the bacteria communicate with each other. And what Dr. Dan has figured out with this immune, it has I don't know if you guys know what quercetin is. So hydroxychloroquine is based off of quercetin. Okay, hydroxychloroquine was getting really popular during COVID because people were trying to take it, and it's based on quercetin, which comes from often comes from the peels of citrus fruits. So you can boil down citrus fruits to make a tea to get quercetin. Why do we need quercetin? Because it helps us to absorb zinc. Why do we need zinc? Because viruses can't replicate in a cell that's full of zinc. Well, of course they're going to ban hydroxychloroquine if they're going to come out with a vaccine. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but they have figured out this with the quercetin, the mushrooms, the reishi mushrooms, the nanosilver, which is huge for fighting off microbials. I mean, silver is. I wish we could do a whole podcast just on silver and the benefits of silver, but it has silver in it. It has zinc in it. So you're absorbing the zinc from the quercetin. You have vitamin C, which is a really powerful antioxidant. And together they're inhibiting that sensing that the bacteria use to communicate with each other. And so it's inhibiting it. They can't replicate. You're killing it. Your immune system is getting rid of it. This immune, I'm telling you guys, is so powerful. It's going to be one of the best things that you can take for fighting off these viruses or colds that we're getting. So
I love it. And there's so many things out there, and Greg and I, are around a lot of people a lot, and people are like, you guys don't ever get sick. And I won't say we never get sick, but it is rare. We just tend not to. And I know why. I know why. Like, there's no question. It's
you
these
have the
products
proper weapons to
you.
fight these battles.
You do.
Yeah.
You absolutely do. And we have a great testimonial that Dell is going to share. So I'm going to turn it over to Dell.
Dale on.
Oh, did we lose?
Did
we
you make
lose
it, Dale?
I think we might have lost Dell.
Dell, you just need to mute.
Oh, is he not?
No,
Unmute your.
She's trying to unmute.
Oh, okay.
Usually bottom left on a computer.
Did you get it, Dell?
Or she can hover over her picture and actually unmute it too, right on the top of her picture on the right side.
Oh, I wish I could.
There you
Okay,
go.
there you go. There you go.
There we
You
are.
got you, Dell?
There you go. Now can
I
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I would have earlier, but my phone was dead, so I came home and put it on the charger.
Oh, perfect.
Well, feel free to share your testimonial on immune, Dell.
Well, I like immune. And me and Dan, like you said, we hardly ever get sick anyways. And I know my sister and her husband were sick, so I took her a bottle and told her to start taking it. She got better within 2 days, and her husband refused to take anything, and he stayed sick for another week.
Wow.
And
Wow.
she's like, okay, I'm keeping this. I'm like, that's okay, you can have it.
That is a great product to keep for sure. That's a
Yeah.
powerful
Absolutely.
testimonial. Well,
Yeah.
looks like her husband maybe won't be stubborn next time.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing
Yeah,
that.
that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. That's
You're
incredible.
welcome.
I love immune.
Yeah, I love immune too. I mean, it just gives us that boost, you guys. It just helps to combat all those things out there, and those, we say cold and flu season. I know Dr. Phil says sugar season, and I agree. I mean, there's
Right.
all kinds of, things
From
that
Halloween to
we contact.
Easter. Yeah.
Right? All those holidays create sugar season. I mean, there's so many different holidays back to back and all the treats, and yeah, and we have to build up our immunities, and this definitely is an immunity boost. So I
Well,
love
not
it.
to mention, I mean, you're going to be your immune system is going to be taking a hit from, a lot of people still take the flu vaccine and all these other vaccines that are full of mercury and other heavy metals as and so you're going to need something to help boost your immune system. So instead of getting a vaccine, take something like this. Take Purify, take Revive, decrease the inflammation, get rid of the toxins. and then boost your immune system here, and you're going to have, oh man, I mean, that's a 3-round punch right there. That's incredible.
That's powerful. Very, very powerful. Well, let's go on to our next product, which is Eternal. And I love how we have these pouches and we can just drink these power-packed supplements because and it tastes really good. This is a really good snack as well. I love Eternal. I love the way it tastes. I love the little pouch it comes in. You don't have to, but I like to keep mine in the refrigerator. I like to keep both of these in the fridge just because I like them chilled. You don't have to have them chilled, but I just think they taste really good that way. And so I'll turn it over to you, Dr. Phil.
Okay. So heart disease. I want to talk about heart disease because of this product. This heart disease is killing almost 700,000 people a year in the United States alone. So where does that come with this one here? It is, I want to look up, I have it, I had it right here. So Eternal, the resveratrol is super important for heart health. It's an antioxidant. So this, sorry, I'm so excited about this product because it's packed full of antioxidants, and vitamin C is an antioxidant, right? And most people know how important vitamin C is. So think about other antioxidants. One of the antioxidants I mentioned earlier was glutathione. Okay, so when you take Tylenol is going to block your ability to produce glutathione. So if you have toxins, glutathione is a antioxidant that helps you to detox as well. So you have Eternal that's packed full of antioxidants that's helping you detox, that's helping you to restore your heart health. It's got resveratrol, it's got glutathione, it's also got marine collagen in it as well. So you're getting another form of collagen. I mean, this silver lining throughout all these products is just kind of mind-blowing. It's got coenzyme Q10, which is, all these things are really important for heart health. We know that the dark berries like acai berries and blueberries are packed full of antioxidants, which is where they're getting a lot of the nutrients is from whole foods, as Lori was talking about. And this right here, this is one of probably the most important out of 7. I mean, all 7 of them are really important, but I would say Eternal is probably going to be one of the most important ones, according to Dr. Dan Gubler. Somebody asked Dr. Dan which ones, if he picked 3. Eternal was one of them, if he had to only pick 3. So, I mean, it's incredible what this is going to do for you and for the muscles in your heart. These are going to help with getting rid of lactic acid. So if you're going and working out, Lori has a testimony from herself on this with doing leg day, right, Lori?
Yep,
and how
yep.
how much it helped with your legs and how you recovered from working out and getting rid of all the lactic acid because you're getting rid of all those toxins.
It was incredible. I didn't realize what it was. And then when I talked, because Greg said, well, what are you doing different? I said, I'm not doing anything different. I mean, I don't know why I'm not having the pain. Normally after a leg day, you have a lot of soreness, right? And it's hard to sit down and stand back up. And I always call it scarecrowing the way I walk funny. And it wasn't happening. So I thought, oh, I must not be having enough weight. I have to increase my weight. I have to increase my reps. And I did leg day 3 days in a row. And Greg's like, something has to be different. And I said, the only thing different is I added that Eternal, but it can't be that. So I talked to Dr. Dan and telling him the story, and he said, yes, he said, this will rebuild you faster than you can tear yourself apart. He said, don't do leg day for a 4th day. You're doing it. It's just, this is helping you so much. I mean, that's crazy, right? That's just crazy. So we do have another testimonial. I'm going to turn it over to Judy. She's got a fantastic testimonial too for everybody.
Hello, everybody. It's Judy Leonardi from San Diego, and it's a lot warmer than anywhere else in this country, except for maybe Florida. So I know last week I was just the other day, I was wearing a sundress, which was great, and everyone's freezing. But
Making us all
Eternal,
jealous.
That's the point. So Eternal absolutely is one of my favorites besides Revive. But the reason for Eternal is like, I want to look great at 70 like Leslie does. And being 55, I needed the most potent antioxidant out there. And since this has collagen and CoQ10 and polyphenols and glutathione, I thought, oh my gosh, you know what? What better product do we have than this? Well, little did I know that it would help with eczema. It helped eczema so much. It was amazing. We would have to have this special lotion that my mom used to work for a dermatologist at Naval Hospital out here in Camp Pendleton. And you would have to have a prescribed lotion on for eczema for me and my son. And it has helped tremendously. Not only that, but with the joints. My dad is a Vietnam veteran and he only takes all natural stuff, and he does not live without all of the products, especially the Eternal. One other thing is my son, he's 22 years old. I have 3 kids. They're all in their 20s, but you can't pay 22-year-olds to do really anything if they don't want to do it. And he's an athlete since he was 5, and he lifts weights. But let me tell you, he sucks that thing down faster than you can say kumbaya. And it helps him with his performance when he's lifting weights and when he's playing any kind of sports. So that is amazing. So when a 22-year-old decides to take it on his own and actually ask me, hey, do we have any more? Can you please order? I'm only going to have like 5 days left. Then that speaks a lot into it. But I love sweets. I can have sweets every single night right before I go to bed. And my Eternal, like Lori, I put it in the refrigerator. Oh my God, it is such an amazing dessert. So if you guys can get your hands on it, and I suggest you highly do so, start taking Eternal because it does amazing things that may help with whatever you have going on, especially with the skin and joints.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Judy. That was awesome. It's a really great testimony. Yeah, and I actually had a patient tonight. She was having a lot of issues with anxiety. I mean, she felt like she was going to have a heart attack. Like, I don't think literally, but she was just really anxious. And I said, here, take this. And she took it, drank it. I checked her. 10 minutes later, she was all calmed down. She's like, I feel so much better. So, yeah, it was incredible.
So good. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah. Aren't these testimonials? And raise your hand if you guys are enjoying these testimonials and all these stories. And I mean, hearing about Dr. Phil's
I'm loving the
patients. I mean,
testimonials.
right?
Man.
It's incredible. And I just want to give one little tip. Here's the thing. 50% of the population is female. And so on this Zoom, I know we have a lot of females, and the other 50% of the population that isn't female lives with them or are around them. So I want to tell you, if you know what's a big topic that I don't think we hear enough about is menopause, premenopause, perimenopause, menopause. I'm just going to give a little plug. If I were to do a commercial on TV and were to talk about menopause and I were to highlight one product, it would be this one. So I know that Dr. Dan says this is a big one to help with that stage of your life. So I just want to point that out.
Nice. Thanks. That's important. That's important to know.
It really is. I just know, I'm sure, you know, we could do a whole segment on that someday, but for now I just thought I would share that because like I said, half the population is women, the other half you live with them.
That's right. That's right.
So-
And with what you're talking about, I mean, it goes right into what you're about to share with the next product too. I mean,
right? Should we
that's a
go
big
into
one.
that one?
Oh man. Yeah.
How about Visage? This is a facial serum. And you guys, this isn't just for women. I mean, you guys don't want to start looking older than you need to, right? I mean, we all want to look good, right? So this is going to help us look good, but it's also going to help us feel good because this is a neurocosmetic. That's a new word to me in the last few months here, a neurocosmetic. So what they found, and I know Dr. Phil can get more into this, but they found that there's a skin-brain connection. And so when you put this serum on, we are currently the only ones that have this neurocosmetic, that when you put it on, not only is it going to help you look good and help some of those age spots and different things fade. Notice how I turned my head? Is that a hint of where I might have had that? Why did I go like this? Help those things fade, but also it's going to help you feel good. Like you put it on and it just lifts that dopamine. You get that little surge of just feeling a little bit better. So because there's a skin brain connection and we have a patent on this, so huge thing. I'll turn it over to you, Dr. Phil.
Thanks. Yeah, just researching these products is kind of mind blowing for all of them, but for Visage in particular, the one product, the one ingredient that I really got stuck on was bakuchiol, the BAK for short, and the amount of studies that are on this, published journals that are on this ingredient alone is kind of mind blowing. It is also an antioxidant, so we were talking about the importance of antioxidants and how important they are in our overall system and everything to work properly, decreasing inflammation and all that. It is anti-inflammatory. It's anti-aging. I'm sorry. It exerts protective effects in the heart, liver, and skin. So, I mean, we're talking about a product that's not just good for your skin. It's not just being absorbed. So you're absorbing it. A lot of people will get skin creams with collagen in it. And the problem with the collagen that you're getting in those products is it's usually animal collagen that's too large for your cells to absorb in your skin. That's what the research is showing for the majority of these other skin creams. But with Visage, it's getting into the cells themselves, healing the cells, increasing the life of the collagen in your skin, and it's actually helping you to produce more collagen in your skin, making it more full. It also, the studies are showing that the BAK or bakuchiol inhibits the proliferation of cancer cells. I'm not saying that we can cure cancer or anything like that, but I'm telling you these ingredients are incredible, and the studies that are in these journals are showing that these ingredients are inhibiting the proliferation of these cancer cells, including in the stomach, breast cancer, skin cancer. I mean, so many benefits to this, including there's one other thing that I mentioned last time. When you have a myocardial infarction, there is what is known as a reperfusion injury. When the blood goes back into those tissues that it was cut off from, it injures those tissues. And according to a study in 2013, I believe, I don't think I saw anything from then on either. There has been no therapy known for the healing of that injury. There's no therapies for it. But until this ingredient came out, it also helps to ameliorate or make better those tissues that were damaged in a myocardial infarction, reperfusion injury. So it's huge. I think this product right here could be a multi-billion-dollar product. I think it's going to change face creams and beauty products by itself.
I agree. And that's why it's flying off the shelves. I mean, the minute it came out, and they had a ton of it knowing that it was going to fly off the shelves, and it still sold out that fast because people like wanted to get their hands on it. Now people have gotten their hands on it and they don't want to miss out, and they're telling other people, so it keeps flying off the shelves. And it's like it's an incredible product. Who doesn't want to look good and feel good? I mean, and
Right.
you guys have heard of SAD, seasonal affect disorder. You sometimes people get dry skin. I mean, it's going to help with all of those types of things. I mean, what an amazing product that only we have. How hot is that? Only we have it, you guys. That's pretty powerful. So I do have a testimonial for you, Dr. Phil, and I'm going to turn it over
Awesome.
to Kristen.
Hi, you guys. Wow, I'm actually really excited. The testimonials tonight have been over the top. I've witnessed and experienced them myself, and Visage was a whole new, incredible experience on multiple levels. So my first testimonial is my own. I started utilizing the Visage in July, and I saw a good friend of mine in August. She didn't really say anything, and I was trying to sell her on it. I just saw her for Thanksgiving and she goes, "You look younger. What did you do to your hair?" Like, I didn't do anything to my hair. I'm using the massage that I was telling you about that you've got to try because it's absolutely incredible. You utilize it and you feel a natural, pleasant tightening of the skin, right? It's a fascinating feeling. But even better than that, emotionally, I have felt a world of difference. I actually am excited to put it on every morning and every night. And just because somehow, the night effect is a restfulness, the morning effect is a brightness that I can't even describe. And I was joking with a friend that like I've turned into this kind of really chatty morning person after starting to utilize the massage. And don't let that deter you, gentlemen. Let me just tell you what that has meant for me is I feel this spirit of optimism, like I can conquer the world every morning now. And it's like nothing I've ever experienced in my life. I'm a positive, happy person, but this really has changed my world. Now, I also want to share a testimonial of the healing effect of the massage. And one of our teammates had cut their finger. And she goes, "Well, I've heard, that it can reverse aging and do these other things. I wonder if it can heal my finger." And so it was a really, really deep cut on her pointer finger. And we have an image that we can share with the group later. But within 3 days, it completely healed it. My granddaughter had a sore on her cheek, and I think it was probably just the cold weather was creating just this rashy dryness. Put it on the next day, completely gone. There's just a lot of benefits to this incredible serum. We need to get into the hands of everybody because honestly, that mood elevating element, you mentioned sad, our world needs this. There's a lot of isolation and sadness and ripple effects from the chaos of the pandemic, and people just need this experience. It's worth the investment. We want to share it and tell them it's time to invest in themselves and get this incredible product. Thanks for letting me
Awesome.
share.
Yeah, and your skin looks amazing.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you for sharing. That was incredible. And I completely agree. Sharing is caring. I mean, these products are something everyone can benefit from, literally. So if we can get
Right.
them into the hands of people, it's gonna change the world.
It is. It is that sharing is caring. I love that phrase. I'm gonna adopt that. It's so, so true, you guys. And this is the third product that I will tell you I keep in the refrigerator. Absolutely unnecessary. I have three that I like to keep in the refrigerator because after, I take my shower in the morning and I come out and, you have that clean feeling. And then I go and put this cold from the fridge on my face. I just think it feels fantastic. At night before bed, I wash my face again, cold from the refrigerator. It's just unnecessary, but it's just something I like to do. So just thought I'd share that in case anyone wants to try it. It just feels really good going on cold to me. Maybe you guys won't like that. But you
Yeah.
guys, you know what? When we have such great products, who doesn't want to get these in your hands, in your body, and in other people's hands and in their body? You guys, these are great gifts. These are great birthday gifts. These are great Christmas gifts, Easter gifts, whatever. They're just a great gift, a gift of health, a gift of health to help people feel good, look good, and reverse age. I mean, really, who doesn't want to stay younger? You guys have spent an hour on this Zoom with all of us, and I'm so thankful that you did. And guess what? We've all gotten older in that hour. I'm sorry to tell you that, but we all just aged a little bit. So hopefully I don't look any older. And when I get off this Zoom, guess what? I'm going to wash my face and I'm going to put this on. But
That's awesome.
I want to thank you so much, Dr. Phil, for being on here. You are just absolutely phenomenal. You guys, like I said, we could sit on here for hours, I feel. We won't, but we want to respect everyone's time. But I'm telling you what, it's just so fantastic to be able to hear all of the stuff in your brain. And like I said, I'm just taking notes. I have all these notes, you know, about silver and zinc and vitamin. I'm looking at my quercetin and I have all these fancy words and I'm like, this is fantastic. So I can't thank you
It's so
enough.
much fun, Lori. Thank you so much for doing this, and you and
Love
Greg, and for your leadership. This has been incredible, and it's been inspiring for me because I know, you know, you're doing this because you love to help people. You love to help people. You want to help us to have what you have, which is inspiring to me, and will help all of us to grow. And it's easy. It's as easy as inviting people. So it's such an easy business strategy, and we can make this huge.
We can help so many people, and all the testimonials tonight. Thank you, each of you,
Yes.
for sharing your
Thank you all so much.
testimonials. Those were so good, so powerful. Oh my gosh, I look forward to hearing what each and every one of you is going to say. I love hearing the testimonials, and some of you share testimonials of other people that you know too. I mean, we're touching people outside of our homes, and that's fantastic. So, and again, I want to give a shout out to all of our veterans. So thank you, each and every one of you, for taking a little bit of time out of your night, letting us share with you. And whoever invited you on this Zoom tonight, if you'd like to try the products, let them know. I want to try these products. I want to get these healthy living products in my body. I want to look good. I want to feel good. I want to reverse age. Hey, that's me. Let them know. And you know, I do want to let you guys know there's a business side to these products as well. When you can share products with people that they love, that's helping them, guess what? They share it with other people who share it with other people who share it with other people. And you're able to create a residual income from people sharing products that are just helping them. If that's something that interests you, let the person who invited you on here, let them know that. And tomorrow night, we're going to do a Zoom. Mr. Greg Ferraro, my husband, he's going to be sharing on that Zoom how you can turn using these products into a business if you'd like to. If not, if you just want to use the products, let the person know, I want to use these products. I want to look good and feel good. And if you want to spread that all over the globe, then jump on tomorrow night and we'll show you how you can do that too. So again, thank you everyone for jumping on. Thank you, Dr. Phil. Thank you to each testimonial, and hats off always to our veterans. So with that, I want to wish everyone a great evening and we'll see you soon. Bye,
Awesome.
guys.
Thanks, everybody. Love you. God bless.
Thank you, Dr. Phil. Thank you, Lori.
Thank
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Good
you.
night.